So I'm going to do a little recap in this video just to help remind you a little more about how to get started after maybe a weekend and you're coming back in on a Monday morning to just jump right back into InsiteOR. So you'll see I'm logged in. I'm going to go ahead and log out. And this notification, you can always click this X to get rid of it. Sometimes it takes a little while to get rid of. So if you're impatient like me, feel free to click that X to get rid of that notification. I'm going to sign back in here. And when you sign in, one, you can always store your password if this is a computer you trust and have access to privately. Now, again, getting rid of this notification, when you log in, you'll get brought straight to your profiles dashboard. Your profiles dashboard is going to show you the offices that you are associated with as a user, as well as some information about yourself. You can always update this information by going to your edit profile menu, changing your name, information, email, phone number, as well as customizing your personal notification settings. I would bookmark or save this page to come back to at some time to review these notification settings and choose which ones you'd like to receive as emails, text messages, and through the platform, which shows up in this right-hand corner. Right now, I have all of my notifications turned on, but that probably won't make sense for you. So I definitely recommend taking some time to review that. So from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump back to our dashboard, which I can do so by clicking this button. I can also view those offices that are listed here under this offices menu dropdown. So this is going to show me all of those offices that I'm associated with. And I'm going to go ahead and click on the orthopedic medical office so we can get a look at what an office's dashboard is. Now, this probably looks familiar, and so we're starting to get familiarized in remembering how to do some of these things. You'll notice the calendar and case cards menus, which you can click on to get an overview of the cases you have for today, as well as the procedures you might have over the next month. On the case cards menu as well, this is where you would see anything that you might have created or that others have created that you're associated with inside this office. So again, if you remember, you can always go back to the offices and we'll go to this other orthopedic office. And if we look at their calendar, you'll see their calendar actually does have a couple of procedures that have been created. And if we go to look at these procedures, you'll notice that something is interesting about them in the sense that you actually cannot edit these. Now, the reason you can't edit these procedures is because you did not create them. So this would be an example if you and someone you work with are both using InsiteOR. This allows you to view the care team or the case information without having access to it. Now, you're able to have the same benefit. So we'll jump back over to our orthopedic medical office that we're the admin of. And in this medical office, we'll go to our case cards menu and we'll click the new case card button. So you probably remember this screen, but this is the creation of the procedure where you'll enter in the general information such as the patient's last name, the patient's ID number in your system, the date of the procedure, the time the procedure will start. This will be a nice early morning procedure, and the time we expect the procedure to end. Should be at 7 o'clock. In the case card detail section, if you remember, this is where you can just add some information about how it's a TKA or a total knee with, let's say, Smith and nephew. If I remember correctly, I think that's Doug. Now, the location details, we can say, POSC. That's also going to be recognized when we choose the procedure card. But what's really great is that you can also say, go to the front and ask for Pam. So like you can add some notes in there, especially if it's someone new that's covering the case, it makes it a little easier. Now, this is all familiar and probably coming back to you now, so I'll kind of speed through some of these other components. If you know the room it's going to be performed in, you can choose that there. We'll select the doctor that this is happening for and all of that. Now from here, what you'll do is when you hit next, it's going to confirm with you those templated information. If you remember, we've stored all of those preference cards and procedure cards with your doctors into your system. So those are now templatized as recipes. So you don't really need to do a lot from there, but what you can do and what you are able to do is you're able to enter the CPT codes that are associated with this procedure. Particularly, you can do multiple CPT codes as well as multiple ICD-10 codes, and you can search for these ICD-10 codes by name. See, I'm typing in ST for staphylococcal arthritis, or I can also do M0, which will start to generate those same categories for me. So those are two ways that you can search for those ICD diagnosis codes. And what you can also do is just, again, I can type in arthritis and I can just find staphylococcal arthritis there. Now on the policy ID number, this is where you would basically enter the patient's group number. So their group number with United Healthcare or with Athena would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or I'm sorry, their personal policy number with the carrier that they have, their member ID number, right? The group ID number, the actual carrier policy that they have, right, is where you would enter this information here. So just remember, you have the member information and the group information. Those are the two things we need to help create the ability to streamline the way that you verify insurance. So this is where you enter that information, if you remember. And from here, the next screen is you'll be able to actually upload documents. Now, there's a few ways that you can get documents attached to a case card, if you remember. So I'm actually not going to attach any documents to the case card this way and show you something a little differently later. The next two tabs are irrelevant to you as an office admin because you don't need to worry about the supplies and product kits. That's something the rep that you will add on the associated staff tab will handle for you. So on this tab, we can type in the rep, who for this purpose we'll say is Brenda. And as soon as we add Brenda to this case, Brenda will be notified and aware that there's now a new procedure that she needs to attend and also upload supplies and kit information for. Once this is done, what you've gone through is you've entered general case information and verified the card details with respect to the insurance coverages, the diagnosis codes, and the planned procedure, as well as uploaded any documents, which we'll do in a moment. From here, when you click finish, you'll actually see this case created at the top. And when we click into it, you'll see that general case overview shown for you here with those CPT codes and diagnosis codes, the date and time, as well as those individuals and that rep who you can click to view and then instantly message and let them know, hey, I just scheduled a new knee surgery for April 29th. You can send them this message and they'll get it instantly and be totally aware and looped in on everything that's going on. So I hope this brought some familiarity and helped you remember a little bit about how you can use InsiteOR to easily, from your dashboard, open an office, go to your case calendars section, and from here, create a new case card, simply entering information, uploading card details, and going through all of that to then make those reps and anyone else aware instantly. In the next video, I'm going to show you how you can make other offices and other users that don't have an InsiteOR account aware of these cases. So stay tuned and I'll have that video coming soon.